Paid Míle Fáilte, 100,000 welcomes.
I would like to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to wish all of you a very warm hello.
Guten Abend, Juvaita, bonsoir, good evening, good kveld.
And we finally made it.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, welcome to a very special evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
The energy in this room is unbelievable. I'm shaking, I'm not even competing.
And this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Maybe one of the songs you'll hear this evening will be the song you'll spend your summer with, or the song you fall in love to, or even the song with which you'll give someone a special message.
Harry and I have watched all the performers rehearsing over the past week, and I can tell you it's not going to be easy to pick a winner.
You're absolutely right.
And they are great, and somehow they're all winners.
All that remains for me to do now is to wish all the performers the very best of luck. Bonne chance, bon appétit, bon voyage.
Welcome to, well, it's not Malmö, it's Copenhagen right now, but welcome to day 3, also known as 12 days to go to the Eurovision Grand Final of 2024. This is Padraig, this is Eurovision 365, and I'm broadcasting live across YouTube and Facebook via the link, and also on TikTok as well. So I hope you can join me as I discuss the events in and around Malmö City. Of course, the third day of dress rehearsals, and yeah, keep me company. Let me know your thoughts as well on who you think stood out from the short clips that we heard and saw today. Javier, welcome. It's good to have you here. There you are. Hello. Welcome to you. It's great to have you here. Hello also to Billy over on TikTok. This is day 3, also on Zara as well over on TikTok. This is day 3, also known as 12 days to go to Eurovision Grand Final 2024. So I'm here to chat about all things Eurovision, all things dress rehearsals, all things Malmö, and to give you a bit of an insight as to what is happening in and around the city, and also to give my opinions as well, I suppose, on the short snippets that we have seen today. Now, word of caution, they are short snippets, so it's very hard to evaluate too much. But sometimes we can get an inkling, a feeling about how things are going. But yeah, please keep me company as well. Zara, you can't wait. Where are you from, Zara? And who are you supporting this year? Who are your favourites? Adam Green is here as well. Welcome, Adam. It's great to have you again. This is day 3, also known as 12 days to go. Välkommen Sara. Jag lär mig svenska om 3 år. Du är väldigt välkommen. And who's your favourite this year, Sara? Speaking of favourites, Adam says so many of his favourites are in this semi-final, and it's a shame, he says. He goes on to say he can't vote in it. I should say as well, anyone here who is watching this on TikTok, if you want a much more visual experience, please feel free to come across the Eurovision 365 YouTube channel. The link is in my bio here on TikTok, so you're very welcome to join me over on YouTube, or if you prefer on TikTok Live, that is totally fine as well. David Builder has joined. Welcome, Dave. Good to have you here, mate. Adam says there's only 8 days to the start. I know. I can't believe it. It's amazing. You know, we wait all year for what seems like is ages and months and months and months, and almost feels like years, never mind months, between one contest to the next. But I would say it's come with a blink of an eye, just like that, or like that. And yeah, everybody's excited. Hey, Ringer from Ireland. Hey, till Ireland. So yeah, so it's so exciting. Speaking of exciting, we did take a walk down to Malmö again. We went down to Malmö city centre today again. We had a bit of a look around actually, and also things are starting to get busier. And by that I mean things are starting to take shape. There's much more signage going on the streets, more activity, and there's certainly a feeling, I suppose I should say, a feeling that Eurovision has come to town. So here are some photographs just to give you an idea of how things have been going today. Look at this. This is the outside the Malmö Arena. And you can see the signages up there. Now, that's as close as we can get to the arena at the moment. It's cordoned off quite a bit, actually. You come off, and for anyone who is interested in finding this out, you get off at the Hila station on the metro and the train. And literally, the arena is just across from that. Let's have another look at some of the other photographs. So this is the Eurovision street here. Oh, I can't get it up. Bear with me. This is Eurovision street. And yeah, that is again taking shape as well. Hey Kieran, welcome to the live, Kieran, over on TikTok. What's up? Quite a lot actually is up tonight. It's really busy. So as I said, that is the Eurovision village. That is the Eurovision street, and there's lots of colours: bright pinks, bright yellows, bright oranges. Certainly, you can feel that Eurovision has come to town. This is the merch shop. It will be a stop for plenty of people, and you can see it's pretty quiet there at the moment. There's nothing in there really at the moment. There's plenty of boxes that remain unopened, but that will be the scene of many a fan who will be in a queue probably this time next week to see everything that's going on. Back to the Eurovision Village at Focus Park, just to give you an idea, things are starting to take shape. You know, there's more and more posters going up, there's more and more signage going up. Those two lads were busy sticking posters up and placing them up around the Focus Park area of the Eurovision Village, the Euro Village. That was around the smaller stage actually. What else can I show you? Yeah, that's it for now in terms of what's going on at the arena. Adam says he would like to wish Colleen the best of luck in qualifying on the 7th of May. Yeah, I would imagine that Colleen will do very well, actually. Keen says, I've heard about the Eurovision street. Will there be something going on there, or is it just enough space for fans to gather? I think that Kieran, I will be live each day up until and including the Eurovision Song Contest Grand Final. The times may vary depending on what's going on, but certainly we will be going live each day on YouTube, on Facebook via the link, and of course here on TikTok as well. So just to keep you averse to all things that are going on at the Eurovision world. Sorry, Keane, as you were saying there, or asking, just enough space for fans to gather. I think there's going to be a few things on that street that's not very evidential at the moment, other than the normal shops, I suppose, that are there already. But certainly, even from yesterday till today, there has certainly been an increase in terms of what's going on around Malmö town, Malmö surrounding areas. Niall, welcome to the live, buddy. Thanks for the likes. Hope you're doing well. Thanks very much. I appreciate it, bud. How are you today, Leia? Are you good? Good well. Good well, alla i Sverige. Actually, I've been practicing my Swedish today with varying results, I would say. But I would say overall, people are knowing what I'm saying, which is great, and I can keep up. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for being here. Come again, Sarah. I'm going to be live each day up until the grand final. So come back again. You're very, very welcome. I'm very good. Now, my feet are walked off me, doing a lot of walking around Malmö, but that is good. So it is. Very, very much so. So let's have a look also of the rehearsals, some of the rehearsals today that have stood out for me at least. And again, we're a caution people, because obviously these rehearsals are based on, these rehearsals, my interpretation, my viewpoints are based only upon 20 or 30 seconds worth of footage that has been released on the official Eurovision TikTok channel. So first up I'm going to mention is Nemo. And Nemo looks like to be on a circular kind of, I would say, almost like a seesaw at points and then a slide. So it's kind of like young, like it's like a feeling of energy around this. I think from what I've heard, I would say Nemo's vocals are, as usual, brilliant live. And with the range of song, the range of styles, on paper it shouldn't work, but does. But I'm going to be honest, from what I saw today on those short clips, and I'm okay to change my mind on this, by the way, before I say it, but I love the song, but based on the clip I saw today, I wasn't like shouting and singing and suggesting that this is a winning song, winning performance. Don't know. It's very hard to tell, as I said, on those 20, 30 songs, but I don't know. I mean, obviously it's favourite to win at the moment, but that doesn't mean it's going to win. Remember Karya last year? But anything is possible. Certainly, Nemo was going into the contest with a lot of support, and rightly so, by the way, rightly so. But I'm not sure, based on this performance I've seen, that's going to have people rushing to the phones. Like I said, I'm happy to be proven wrong, very much so. But we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell, of course, as always. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Swiss rehearsal today that we saw. Keen says, in terms of Swedish, I've been practicing my Swedish too, actually. Very good. I've gotten many confused faces. Either I'm not great at it or not many people in Ireland speak Swedish. I would say it's the latter, my friend. The latter. I love ordering kanelbullers here in Sweden. Been having quite a few of those. It's become actually part of the routine. The fika med kanelbuller, the coffee with a cinnamon bun. Going back to the rehearsals then from today. The other songs that stood out, or performances that stood out to me, were Armenia. Armenia is a great song. I love it. I'm going to be honest again, I wasn't loving the performance on this either. Wasn't screaming winner. It screams qualifier, absolutely. But I'm not sure that this is the year where Armenia is going to win the final, the grand final. But it's colourful. I love the ethnicity of it. I love the fact that there is an array of instruments being used. I love the fact that it's one of those songs that has a happy feel vibe to it. But I'm not sure that I'm loving it. I can tell you what I am loving. I can tell you what I am loving, and it's this performer here, Marina Sati. Whenever I made my favourites to win the Eurovision, those are the betting odds at least, favourites to win the Eurovision and answering the question, can they? Because I dissected that a lot. I'm looking at the song, looking at the history of the nation, what's going for it, what's going against it, the performer, will the jury like it, will the televoters like it? I think this is going to be either a winner or somewhere near the bottom of the semi-final. I think it's going to be the former. And I say that because there are many things going for this performance from what I've seen. Again, 20, 30 seconds, but from what I've seen for Marina, for Greece, there's energy, there's pace, a bit like Armenia, a bit like Nemo in a way, in terms of a lot of different song styles being used. Not can either work or it can't work. I think in Greek's case, it certainly is working. I think this could do extremely well for Greece. The only thing I would mention is that there is a single camera being used throughout this. A single camera being used throughout this. And that's a lot of pressure. Not just on Marina and her dancers to have everything pitch perfect, foot perfect, angle perfect, but also the person who is going to be on the Steadicam. Now, from the footage that we saw today, you could see that the Steadicam operator was full on. It was full on for that person, and one little error on this, one little error in this is going to stand out in mine, I would say. So there's a lot of pressure, but ultimately, I think Greece, Athens 2025, everyone. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. So that's three performances that really stood out for me in different ways and for different reasons. In terms of Armenia, Keane saying Armenia won't win, but they're sailing through to the final. That's what I'm saying as well. I think they will qualify, but I don't think they will win based on what I saw today. I love it, by the way. I absolutely love it. Greece for you is at the bottom, but I think I will love this live. Yeah. I think it's more of a live performance song rather than a track performance. I need to get something here. Just bear with me 2 seconds, people. This is very important that I should show you this, my friends. Look. Woo! In case there's any doubt, I'm definitely supporting Greece, among all countries, of course, this year. But certainly Greece is up there for me in terms of the songs and performers that I am supporting. Let's see. All our performances today came from Malta, Albania, Czechia, Austria, and Denmark. Of those that I haven't posted photographs of, I would say Malta. I'll start off with Malta. I'll start off with the performance order from today. So with Malta, what I would say is there's not a lot that's changed from what we would expect Sarah to perform like. There's lots of movement. It's full of energy. It's just move. No time to breathe, really. I love what she's wearing. I think it's class. I think she's nailed it, I suppose. She's probably rehearsed this to within an inch of its life, so probably knows it back to front. Mel, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. Welcome, Sean, as well, over on TikTok. Like I said, I would say Sarah has rehearsed this to within an inch of its life and knows it back to front. It'd be cool to see Malta qualify for the final. At this moment, I have it as borderline. Albania, Bessa is absolutely amazing. We love her at the channel. Love chatting to her at the Barcelona pre-party, but from what I saw today, it was quite boring. I thought it was quite boring, the performance. Musically, it's pretty. Bessa is a great vocalist as well. However, I found it incredibly boring and it wasn't doing much for me. I've got to be honest. Greece, who I've talked about, Switzerland, who I've talked about, Czechia, again, flat. There's not a lot going on. Staging, vocally, musically, I could see Czechia not qualifying, and that would be unfortunate because, of course, they've qualified for the last few contests at least. I would have that as a non-qualifier at this moment in time. That could change once I see more of the rehearsal. Austria, I thought was brilliant, and I wasn't bigging up Austria at all. I think Austria, I mean, vocally, I don't think Colleen is the best, but I remarked when I was at the Eurovision concert that Colleen was one of those performers that really helped the audience in terms of the audience were behind her. They were bouncing along to the song. People were raving literally in the arena. And I could see Austria qualifying, and I wouldn't have said that before today. Of course, a lot rests on the next rehearsal, but time will tell with that one. And then finally, Denmark. Now I'm going to speak quietly because I'm actually in Denmark at the moment, so I have to be careful. But again, we love Saba here on the channel. Love her a lot. We love Melanie, the songwriter, but very flat. I don't mean vocally. I just mean performance-wise. Now on the screen in the background we have, as you've seen the photographs, I'm sure you've already seen those. In the background you have Saba on the screens behind her. It's a bit underwhelming, I've got to be honest, and it's not overly original either. I think they've moved the red heart-like shape from her heart area to her eye from the photographs. Whether that's a new part or whether that's replacing the heart itself, I'm not sure, but it still feels a bit like whatever. As I say, I've got to be very careful because I'm in Denmark. So we'll move on. But anyway, welcome here. If you've just joined me here on YouTube or TikTok, thank you for joining me. This is Padraig. This is Eurovision 365, and you're welcome wherever you're joining this live from, broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Can't say as I'm in Coco Chanel, but I can say the outfit that Bessa is wearing is dreadful. Sorry, I'm no Coco Chanel, nor am I. But I disagree. I quite liked what she was wearing with Bess. I thought it was quite nice, actually. I just thought the song itself the performance was quite boring. Thanks, Niall. That's very kind of you to say that. Check out the rehearsals yourself. Now, I'd like to know what you think from a musical background, because I know you're quite musical as well. You check Eurovision.tv, you'll see some rehearsals there, or EurovisionWorld.com, and you'll see some of or TikTok, the Eurovision TikTok channel, you will see some of the live performances, and let me know your thoughts as well. So, I've said a lot here about the performances. Let me know your thoughts too, people. Looking ahead then till tomorrow, this is the schedule for tomorrow. So there's 8 more countries to take to the stage for the first time. So we have Latvia with Dawn, San Marino even with Megara, Georgia with Nutsa, Belgium with Musti, Estonia we love, Israel with Eden, Norway with Gota, and Netherlands, the Peba, with Joost, who will be on the stage last tomorrow. I suppose the ones I'm very much looking forward to seeing tomorrow would be pretty much all of them, actually. I would say, yeah, there's none there that I am not looking forward to seeing. Norway, I think, is going to be similar-ish to what we've seen already. Maybe a little bit of enhancement around the visuals potentially, but in terms of the overlays that was used or that were used during the MGP, that might be different. That might change. I get a feeling there could be like a Northern Lights feeling, visual effect going on there with Gotha. I'm looking forward to hearing Musti. Musti, of course, was a big favourite, but that has tailed off, probably down to the fact in terms of his performances at the pre-parties. But you can't judge people on those pre-parties. You really can't. It only matters on the live performance. That's the only performance that matters, really. I'm looking forward to hearing Musti belt out before the party's over. Georgia, as I said, fantastic. Estonia is going to be, I think Estonia could do a top 5 with their song. I love it. I love everything about it. I love their energy. And it's one of those songs that you can't really get wrong, I don't think. Unless they do. But I don't think they'll get wrong. Israel, of course, are performing tomorrow as well. I'm looking forward to hearing that live too. Just to see how it differs from the video, the music video. It'd be interesting to see how they visualize that on stage, or how they showcase that on stage. And Joost, of course, will bring the house down. Hopefully not literally, but Joost will bring the house down when he closes the semi-final 2. I can't see an awful lot changing from that either. I got a feeling actually watching Joost performing at Eurovision concert when we saw him there, and then when he went to the Nordic party the night after, it was like a cameraman follows him around on stage. I don't know if that was for his socials or whether that was to trial and view how it would look on Eurovision. So that that might happen. Excuse me, during his performance. Like someone's following him around with like a camcorder almost like thing. We'll see. We'll know a bit more hopefully by this time tomorrow. In terms of Norway, Keane says Norway could use the LED cubes above the stage to make a Northern Lights effect. Yeah, I think that would work. I also think that they will also use some kind of overlay on screen. I get that feeling. I really do. And I'll tell you the reason I get that feeling, because I was watching Gotha on their social medias, and they were rehearsing back home in Norway after pre-parties, between the pre-parties and rehearsals. And there was like a green, almost Northern Lights effect went over the band. I don't know if that was just coincidence or where that is going to be what we see on the television. Now, we'll still not know that, I would say, by this time tomorrow either, because we're just getting the viewpoint of the stage from someone who's a bit further back, so not what's going to be viewed on TV or what's going to be seen on TV, but I would expect there to be something like that on stage, on screen. Welcome here, wherever you're joining me from. Thanks for the likes as well, Niall. You're rocking it. Thank you so much. 6 people here on TikTok. You're very welcome. Hey, Joyce, it's good to have you here. And also, let me know your thoughts on semi-final 1. So we know all the performances. We've seen all of them now. On the first half of semi-final 2, what your thoughts are. So this is day 3, also known as 12 days to go to Eurovision Grand Final. I'm trying to be excited. I am excited, but getting tired. But this is the whole fun of going to Eurovision. You do so much. You walk about a lot. There's a lot of adrenaline, involved in going to the contest. But yeah, Adam is very bravely, I have to say, sharing his 10 qualifiers before we've heard all of the performances. So I don't want to do that myself just yet. But Adam is saying his 10 qualifiers are Belgium, Austria, Israel, Netherlands, Georgia, Switzerland, Denmark, Greece, Norway, and Latvia. May not be too far away. Yeah, you could be pretty spot on there. I think I would substitute Denmark for San Marino, actually. Or Armenia. Is there such a thing as a Eurovision Advent calendar? Not that I know of. Don't know. I don't think so. Do I have one? No. Would you like one if there was, Niall? I'll ask this question to our friends here on YouTube. Do you know if there's a Eurovision Advent calendar? I don't know if there was. Was there ever one? I remember Mons. I think Mons was posing for one at one point, but I don't know if that was an Advent calendar or whether that was just a calendar, like generally speaking. But it'd be interesting. That's a good idea, Niall. So, yeah, like I said, you're very welcome to join me here at Eurovision 365. Eurovision Advent Calendar 30-day Eurovision Challenge. No, I think it's something different, Keen. I think Niall, you're meaning like a calendar with Eurovision performers, and you open the door and it's a piece of chocolate or something like that. I think that's what you're talking about. I think. So, for those who are just joining us, where have you been? This is Padraig here. This is some of the pictures from today that we took down by Malmö. So, excuse me, this was Malmö Arena. Outside it, as I said before, that picture was taken quite a bit away from the arena because it's cordoned off at the moment quite a bit. But that's as close as I could get. It looks pretty impressive, I think. And here is the merchandise store, which is empty at the moment. It will be full of people very soon, though, won't it? You're going to be there, aren't you? I agree. And the whole thing is starting to take shape, I would say, for sure. And here's the proof. Here's the evidence. There's the two lads sticking up the posters around. That was just by the smaller stage at Eurovision Village. It's all coming together. And this is the entrance to Eurovision Street. How to get to Eurovision Street. Every door that you open on the Advent calendar is one of Gustav's hats. That'll be a good one. No, I'm not a football commentator. No. You think I should be? Probably not. So, well, I would be happy enough to be a football commentator if I knew anything about it, but yeah. So those lads, Keane says someone needs to get those two lads a pint. I was going to speak to them, but they were really busy, so I didn't want to disturb them, and they had quite a bit to go actually before they got round the area. Thanks, Felix, again, Niall. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah. It's all happening on and in around Malmö. And if you're coming to Malmö, or even if you're not, I hope that Eurovision 365 here will give you an insight of Keen. You're in two places at once, Keen. If you're at Eurovision or if you're not, I want Eurovision 365 to be your companion on this journey towards Eurovision Grand Final 2024. And this time next week will be the eve of semi-final 1. Nell asks on TikTok, how's the general buzz around Malmö at the moment? Honestly, I wouldn't say there's much of a buzz right now, not just yet. I think that's partly because there's not a lot of fans here just yet. There's not too many people about just yet. Although I would say from yesterday to today, it's busier in terms of people, in terms of bodies around the city. But also, I would say, as the days progress, ultimately it will get busier and busier. The signage is vastly improved from yesterday. There's much more up. There's much more evidence that the Eurovision is in the city. And there's a taxi. I thought I had a photograph of the taxi, but I didn't upload it here. But I have a taxi with the signage on the side of it. So it is taking pace, I would say now. But yeah, it's more of a marathon maybe than a sprint, is what I would say. Yeah, so just one more final look at. I'm staying until the final, yeah. So we're here until the day after the final. So we've been here since Saturday. So what day is this? Day 3 for us. Here since Saturday and be here until next month, May the 12th. So just for viewers on YouTube and or Facebook, there again, I'm sure you all know this anyway. This is the schedule for tomorrow. I'm very excited to see all of those, to be honest with you. I know now it's gonna be pretty hectic now, so it is. It's gonna be busy. But you know what? That's what this is all. That's what this year, the past year, has culminated in. It will be the grand final, the semi-finals, the final, and yeah, it's such a big part of the experience to experience the contest live. I think once you've done it once, you'll always want to do it. So that's the thing. Keane says his favourites from today were Switzerland, Greece, Armenia, and Czechia. My favourites from today that I saw were Greece, Austria, Armenia, and then in 4th place for me, Switzerland. And then I would say Malta, and then Denmark, then Albania, and then Czechia. Sorry, Czechia. So there you go. So people, I'm going to go off YouTube right now. So I would say, actually, no, I won't. I'll keep on for a wee bit longer. But keep me company here and let me know your thoughts as well on all things that are happening, within the semi-final rehearsals. And let me know your favorites as well from today. Let me know your favorites from semi-final 1 as well, because that's a big semi-final. I think I prefer semi-final 2. I've got to be honest with you. I think that's where the shocks are going to come from, more so than semi-final 1, if I'm being honest. Let me see. So, for example, yesterday, that's semi-final 1. I think Azerbaijan were great. I would say also that Portugal was great and Luxembourg were great. The rest weren't amazing, if I'm going to be honest. But overall, so far, I would say semi-final 2 is much harder to call. I would say I'm going to give who I think is going to qualify from semi-final 1. Okay. Should I do it? Yes, let's do this. Yeah. So I think, in no particular order, who I think is going to qualify from semi-final 1 is Cyprus, Lithuania, Ireland, Ukraine, Croatia, Azerbaijan, Portugal, Luxembourg, did I say Poland? Poland will get through, I think, and Finland. So there you go. Thanks, Noam. Thank you. It's not even that. It's just a lot of talking. And Porrick's getting old. Porrick is old. But just all a bit of crack. Keen, I'm really glad you've said that, actually, in terms of the Swiss staging, because I love the Swiss staging from what I've seen as well. I don't like the outfit. I'm going to be honest. I do not like the outfit. It will look amazing on stage. I love like the sort of seesaw, slide, circular platform that Nemo is on. I think it will look amazing on TV. But my fear for Nemo, and I've said this from the get-go, my fear for Nemo would be that maybe people won't get it on their first listen. That was my experience. That was my experience of the code. On the second listen, I thought, this song's brilliant. I loved it from the second and third listen, but not from the first listen. And that was watching the video, which is actually fantastic and probably the best video of the Eurovision 2024 season, in our opinion. But I have a fear that Nemo could have an experience where people are more like, oh, I'm not sure if I like this song or not, until after the final, and there lies the problem. Although in saying that, I thought it just occurred to me that should Nemo qualify, well, obviously that's from the televote only, so those people will have already watched that performance, and then second time around, it may be more appealing. But based on what I saw today, I wasn't thinking, I wasn't having winner vibes. And I pains me to say that because I love the song. I love the song, and I love Nemo as a performer. But I wasn't loving that performance that I saw today. I was loving Greece for sure. Austria, surprisingly, as I say, was loving that. Armenia, not loving as much. Yeah, Nong says in terms of Swiss entry, great staging, but I think the costume may be too much for mainstream viewers. Yeah. It's unfortunate to say that. It's not great to be saying that in terms of, you want to look beyond the costume, but that's the main focus, isn't it, really? Yeah. Not loving that, but I love the song and I love Nemo, just to underline that and make that in bold, if you like. Welcome, Joy. Welcome to TikTok here on Eurovision 365. This is Podrick, and you're very welcome. Nell, thanks so much for clicking those likes, buddy. So, who were your favourites song today from the performances that we saw? Very brief snippets of course. a spur of thought again for these two lads who are putting up the old signage out round the Euro Village. They're doing a great job. Fair play to them. Keane says, why am I fully expecting Joost to actually burn down his windmill house on the stage that he had in the music video? I think anything is possible with Joost, to be honest. Joost is so much fun. Certainly a character, and certainly will be memorable. But, Joost has been doing a lot of social media videos, lives, along with Karya, and I think that's been, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I'd rather see Joost be Joost without any other performers, past or present. Adam says, I'm 100% convinced Croatia will win semi-final 1. It's been 25 years since they came in top 5. 1989, I know. That's the thing, that's such a really important point that you're making there. No, in terms of Eurovision fan, as Eurovision fans, we share a passion, but we must note that most viewers see the song once. That's the thing. And based on that statement, which I agree on actually, who do we think viewers would love on first listen? Who would be most impactful? I think probably Joost, who we just mentioned, would be. I think Baby Lasagna would be. I think Slimane would be. Belgium would be as well, I think, having not seen anything of the staging so far for the Eurovision. I also think that, who else would be? Ireland. Ireland would be impactful on first listen and watch too. Yeah, it's such an open year, isn't it? I think, I actually was saying this earlier on, I think any one of 10 songs could win this year. I think easily any one of 10 could win. Will be decided upon, maybe not all the 12s the country gets necessarily, but how many sort of 6s, 7, 8s that they get along the way. So I am fully prepared and fully expecting the vote to be split many ways, and another song, maybe it's a little bit on the radar, maybe been spoken about with a good regard, a high regard, but maybe just coming in underneath the big numbers and clinching the crown. Adam says the Netherlands or Switzerland will likely win semi-final 2. I would say, based on those two, the Netherlands probably will win the semi-final. Keane says, I agree with you when you mentioned Karya with Joost. Yeah, it's as if Joost is using him to get more attention. Kind of cheap given how creative Joost is. I appreciate that they're friends, but that's it. Yeah, I understand it as well from a social media aspect, and Joost is very clever, very switched on when it comes to managing social media, has millions of followers, is very, very assured of himself. But I would say that Joost needs to maybe not distance himself from Karya, like block him on social media, for example, but actually just be Joost from the Netherlands, not Joost with Karya, who placed second last year, is my thoughts. Nong says, yes, it is also to see the similarities and differences. Interesting to see the similarities and differences between juries and televote. Yeah. Niall says over on TikTok, Moldova's staging looked great in my opinion. Yeah. That's so interesting. I just want to share this with people on YouTube, because Niall, I think you'd agree with me, wouldn't you, that you wouldn't be a fan necessarily of Eurovision, but have you just looked at the footage there now? just there whenever I mentioned about looking on Eurovision TV. Yeah, so now, friend Niall here on Eurovision TikTok, Eurovision 365 TikTok, has watched scanning through the Eurovision Insta, and he says that Moldova's staging looked great in his opinion. Now, I find that interesting because, Niall, you haven't seen any of our songs really, have you? So, on first watch for Niall, that is looking great. That's so interesting, isn't it? And that's kind of what you're saying as well, Nong, in terms of the typical viewer of the contest, not us people who know these things inside out. I love that perspective. Keep looking and sharing your thoughts on the countries that we're talking about now, like the Netherlands, Switzerland, Greece. Be interested to hear your thoughts on that as well. Keane says, aside from that, I love everything about Yost, his comedic style, the song, and I can also relate to his story in a few ways. Yes, absolutely, Keane. 100%. Yeah, Eurovision hasn't been held in the Balkans since Belgrade 2008. That's another reason why I want Zagreb to host next year if Croatia wins. I obviously the contest has been in Zagreb in 1990, but that was whenever it was a different nation. But it would be great to go to Croatia. I think I want us to go to a new country or a warm country next year. That being said, it's been really nice here in Malmö and Denmark as well. Wow, it was great today. It's to get warmer for those people who are coming across to Malmö over the coming days and certainly next week. The weather is to improve as well. Hey, Captain Suit, welcome. We've been talking about the rehearsals today, Captain Suit. Let me know your thoughts as well. Who's impressed? Who hasn't? So here are some photos from yesterday. That was outside the Euro Club, which is going to be the scene of so much happiness, hopefully. But will be. Talking about Euro Club, there's no there we go. That should be me now. The sound won't be as good here on YouTube, but the battery is just gone on the little connector. So hopefully the sound will be okay. Let me see. Any opinions on Czechia? I quite like it. I'm glad they salvaged the staging from the performance in ESCZ. Also, Aiko was born in Moscow, so she'll get my votes. I don't love it, Czechia. I really like Aiko, and I think that they're doing their best. But ultimately, for me, from what I saw today on the actual performance. I thought was quite boring actually. Ellie should have won ESCZ, says James O'Cross on Eurovision 365 TikTok. Miss Lurch, hello there. Are there still tickets for the final? I don't think so. You could try on the ticket website, ticketmaster.se, but I don't think so. Captain Suit says, I think that Austria, Iceland, Czechia, and Switzerland are going to be great performances. Austria, like I said, I've really come to like that now based on what I saw today. Adam says, what's Adam saying? The 6 countries I predict won't make it on the 9th of May are Estonia. What? Malta, San Marino, Armenia, Czechia, and Albania. I disagree very strongly there, respectfully, but strongly. And I would say Estonia should go through the final, especially if it's 100% televote as well. That's going to sail through. Deserves to, in my opinion. Armenia hopefully will qualify too, but you never know. I'm not as confident about that, having seen it today. Niall across here on Eurovision 365 TikTok says, just seen the Croatian David Asanya video on Insta. It's catchy. See? Told you. Come on, Croatia. Nong says, I think Aiko is an acquired taste. I think so. But I just found it quite tame, quite lackluster, actually. But again, it's a rehearsal, so Aiko's probably not giving it all yet. But I would say, I think Aiko might struggle. I think so. Owen ESC says, praying Georgia will come through this with amazing staging. I think Georgia will come through. I hope so. Nutsa's a little star and absolutely amazing. I think so. Yeah. What else are people saying? Captain Suit is saying. Let's see. That's everybody see. I'll be honest. I see Greece's song as cheesy. I'll be honest. The song and its music video wasn't great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree again. I love it all. I think it's great. I think Greece. Don't discount Greece because there's something great about that staging. It's very, very brave, very risky, attempting to use one camera, one steady cam operator the whole performance. Even Barbara Pravi didn't use just one camera for her performance of Voila back in 2021. A lot could go wrong. I hope it doesn't, but a lot could go wrong. So I think they deserve to be rewarded for their bravery. Adams had a rethink. You're going to swap Latvia for Estonia? Yeah, I think you did the right thing there. Yes, so the staging does look interesting. It does look interesting. Yes, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Keen's asking, am I the only one that doesn't like Georgia? Well, if it was just you and me, yes, but I don't know what other people are thinking. Owen ESC over here on Eurovision 365 TikTok, just when we're talking about Georgia, as I said, is praying that will come through with amazing staging. I'm sure it will. This time tomorrow night, we will know, we'll get an idea, I should say, an idea of what it might look like. And Adam's had a few rethinks about predictions of finalists or qualifiers, and in this first semi-final, Ireland should come 10th instead of 11th. Yes, there you go, Kane. Nong isn't a huge fan or great fan of Georgia either. Interesting. Nell Miller, again, friends, Nell is a casual viewer, but coming to be a fan, I would say. Yes. Lithuania is also catchy, so I love getting that perspective. So it's more instant then. So you've said so far you've liked Moldova now, you've liked Croatia, and you've liked Lithuania. I know. Captain Suit says, my hopes for this year is Estonia top 10 and UK at least the top of the right side of the scoreboard. Justice for Ollie Alexander. Captain, I think Ollie Alexander deserves to be top 10. Just based on his musicality, and I think as well there's going to be something with the staging that we haven't seen, we haven't been made aware of, because there was about 20 seconds to play with whenever we seen the track, whenever we heard the track of Dizzy. So that suggests to me that something is going to be added. I'm thinking visually rather than musically. I'd be interested to see how that goes. Over in ONESC over here in Eurovision 365, TikTok says, I don't get why Cyprus is still so high in the odds. I honestly think it's a non-qualifier. I think it's a borderline, but I'd like to see it qualify. I would. ESC Lawrence is saying excited to see Georgia's stage, and yeah, we've been talking about Georgia here actually. A couple of people don't like it, to be fair. But that being said, I think Georgia will do an amazing job, and I'd be very surprised if they don't qualify. But semi-final 2, I would say, is the harder of the two semi-finals. So just a very quick poll here for everybody that's joining me on TikTok and YouTube. Which do you think is the strongest semi-final? Semi-final 1 or semi-final 2? Vote now. Vote now. Which is the strongest semi-final? Semi-final 1, semi-final 2? I suppose it's hard to say because we haven't got all the songs from semi-final 2 in terms of clips and performance, but just based on what we know. Which is the strongest semi-final? Semi-final 1, semi-final 2? Vote now. Semi-final 2. I say semi-final 2 as well. So that's 2 votes for semi-final 2. None for semi-final 1. So Owen, is that you saying that semi-final 2 is harder? Yeah. So that's 3 semi-final 2s being the strongest semi-final. No one said semi-final 1 is the strongest. That's so interesting. On paper though. Right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? On paper, when we first saw that allocation draw, semi-final 1 looked a much more difficult one, didn't it? So interesting. Yeah, semi-final 2 for me, I think, is much stronger and much more unpredictable. Do we think there may be some shock non-qualifiers in semi-final 2? 100%. There will be shock non-qualifiers. The only question is who. Belgium? Dare I say it? Switzerland? No, it won't happen. Going to read some of your comments now on YouTube. Captain Suit says, Ollie performed on Ant and Deck Saturday Night Takeaway, and it was an interesting performance, but I'm hoping it will have more to do with the music video. I think it will. I think that performance was tongue-in-cheek, and Ant and Deck kind of was making a joke of the whole thing. I don't know if it was a great idea for Ollie to do that, but it was a bit of fun. And I don't think it'd be anything like the performance we saw on Saturday Night Takeaway. However, I would say Dizzy being the song title, I think there's going to be a lot of moving around. I get the feeling. Where it's Ollie doing that, or where it's the camera doing that, to give us like a kind of dizzying effect. By the way, if you want to get dizzy, just stand beside the turning torso in Malmö and look up where the clouds are going by. That will make you dizzy. Basically, here Owen ESE is saying is thinking a possible. Oh, thinking a possible Austria non-qualifier. Now, before today, Owen, I'd agreed with you, but just what I saw today in the 20 or 30 seconds or so that we saw, I would imagine Austria might just get in there. Adam saying returning to semi-final 2. Adam says the three countries that seem to have strongest chance of return next year, based on interest, Romania, Montenegro, and North Macedonia. Actually, it wasn't about semi-final 2. That's we're looking at potential returnees. Keane says I don't like the Cypriot song, but I love Celia. I love Celia. She seems like a great character. She really is. She's such a brilliant character. So much fun, so much energy, and we love her. Long says in his interviews, Ollie is talking about impressive staging. Yeah, I think it will be. I think the UK will deliver. Adam says there isn't enough Balkan countries taking part this year. Do you know what? If Croatia were to win, that would increase the interest, I would say, around that area. It'd be lovely to see the likes of Bosnia or Herzegovina come back. Bosnia come back. It'd be great to see that. Yes, Niall, Ollie Alexander, he's from the Years and Years band. That's who it is. The song's called Dizzy. Captain Suit says second semi-final looks better, has the better songs. I know. And as I said, on paper when that draw first was made in January, I was like, oh goodness, that's semi-final 1 is going to be a bloodbath. It's really not. I don't think. The UK staging this year will be better than last year. May was robbed of staging. I quite like the UK staging last year. I think it maybe just wasn't up for the challenge, unfortunately. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. She couldn't sing live. Wasn't a great live performance, but I thought the staging was quite cool. And you know what, the other thing as well, it really matched the whole theme of the Liverpool contest. It was kind of pop arty, which I thought was very, very cleverly done, very cleverly engineered. However, the live performance let it down for sure. Shots fired. I know, come down, Kane. We will just check the odds now on Eurovision World to see if anything's changed. So, not really. Nothing's really changed. Switzerland still ahead, winning chance of 24%. So they're first in the odds. Croatia still in second. Netherlands third. Italy fourth. Ukraine fifth. France sixth. Israel seventh. Greece eighth. Ireland ninth. And Belgium 10th. Norway, I think, have come up. They've gone up in the odds. They're on the 11th now. And UK have come back up again. Lithuania have gone up. They're 12, 13. And at the bottom is, poor Malta. Malta's still at the bottom. So they are. Malta's bottom. Moldova is second from the bottom. San Marino is third from the bottom. And Portugal, I think Portugal will be a good bet, actually. You're going to each way bet? I just don't know. Okay. Mexagramming is joined. You can see Croatia go down in the odds as it rehearses more. I hope you're wrong, actually. I'd love to see Croatia win. In terms of Mia Muller, the song was more made to play on radio and not live, but her song, Me, Myself and I, was quite good. Yeah, I love that song. It was a brilliant song. She performed that on the Graham Norton show just shortly after. Correct me if I'm wrong, Captain Suit, but I think she performed that just after Eurovision. It was very, very good. Very good indeed. It feels strange to be older than someone competing at ESC. I know. It's strange for me as well. ESC Lawrence, I think in semi-final 2, is saying over here on Eurovision 365 TikTok, is saying there's like 13 countries I could see qualifying in semi-final 2. It's going to be close. Semi-final 2, there's going to be so many shocks, especially when it's 100% tally vote as well. I think that's what's going to make it such a shocking thing. Welcome if you're joining me from, if you just joined us here on the live, where have you been? But welcome here to this live. This is day 3, also known as 12 days to go to the Eurovision Song Contest Grand Final. And we're here actually in Denmark, staying in Copenhagen and traveling to Malmö. And we're on the road on the Vågen till Malmö, the road to Malmö. ESC Lawrence, I think Dawn's was standard in between two girly bops. Absolutely. Dawn's is a remarkable singer, very good singer. And there's a singing contest after all. On the 12th day to the ESC final, my true love gave to me 12 points and a bottle of champagne. Okay. Captain Suit, when I saw the part with no singing Croatia's song, I was pretty underwhelmed. You could have done something more exciting. Do we think that maybe there is a bit of fatigue set in with Croatia, with Baby Lasagna? Not himself, but around the fandom? Now, Nell Miller, who's over here on Eurovision 365 TikTok, who hasn't heard any of the songs before tonight, was going through them, and the ones that stood out for him on rehearsals were Moldova, Lithuania, and Croatia. So I think that could be indicative of what happens on the night. How's the weather in Malmö? Malmö, the weather here is great. The weather is actually really warm, and it was colder on Saturday. So it was on Saturday, but it's actually improved the last couple of days. And I think next week the weather's going to get even better. Well, in terms of from an Irish perspective, it's going to be quite warm. So yeah, I've got sun cream with me. Now you quite like Switzerland as well. Interesting. Hey Billy, so you've asked a question there. Call me delusional. Malta is going to pull a fuego and convince she slayed today. By that I mean underestimated in the lead up and to the grand final. Yeah, I've always really liked Sarah Bonici. I've always liked that song. She is doing a lot. She doesn't stand still, as you say. Fuego, like more Chanel, I would say, than the Fuego Alini, but I think Malta could do really well. I'd like to see Malta in the final because they haven't been there since 2021, so it'd be quite nice to see newer countries get the chance to go on that flag parade. For me, ESC Lawrence, Greece and Switzerland were the best in rehearsals today. I would agree with that. Greece being my favourite. She's lovely, isn't she? Billy, I actually met her at the Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam. She's very, very nice. It was a lovely day in London too. Okay, Keen, take care. Thank you so much for coming in as always. Keen Lafford Magic. Have you been following Eurovision Diary on Instagram? All the behind the scenes stuff over there. I've been watching it from a variety of different channels actually, Captain Suit. So it's been good to watch it. Mexagramming says Malta, Luxembourg, Cyprus. I think all three are in trouble. They just aren't strong enough tracks to cut through. Interesting. I think Luxembourg is quite good, actually, from what I've seen. I would like to see Luxembourg back at the final, not because of the fact that it's been 31 years from they were at the Eurovision, but more the fact that Tali is a great wee performer. I think she's a great wee performer, and she sells the song well. She wasn't wearing what she will be wearing at the Eurovision semi-final performance at her rehearsal, but I think she. I'd like to see her qualify, but you never know. You never can tell. Um, I think had she had been in semi-final two, it would be non-qualifier, but semi-final one is a bit more, I would say, a bit easier to qualify from, if I'm being honest. Billy says, I'm excited to see Ollie's staging. We've just been chatting about that just before you came in, Billy, actually. And there is about 20 seconds or so, 15, 20 seconds that Ollie has to play with when it comes to the track that we know and the actual performance. He has said it's going to be a great performance. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be something that, we'll remember, that kind of thing. So I expect great things for UK staging, and with an emphasis around the lyrics, that dizzying feel, vibe, lyric, theme. Captain Suit says, I'll be off now. I'm filming my individual presentation tomorrow. I'm doing about how technology has changed the Eurovision Song Contest. Best of luck for that tomorrow. Let us know how you get on, Captain Suit. I'll be interested to hear all about that. Tell us your thoughts tomorrow as well about that. I'd be very interested to hear that. But my friends here on YouTube, I'm going to switch off now on YouTube. You can continue on. I'm going to continue on for a little bit on TikTok if you want to join me there. But the conversation is ending here now on YouTube. But please join me again tomorrow. I will be live on YouTube, on Facebook, and TikTok. And thanks so much for joining tonight. And I will see you all, my friends, tomorrow. But until then, Hedo. That means goodbye. Hedo.